The secret to masculine power and achievement is for you to remain horny at all times, literally, because energy is information. So when you stay horny, potentially you are holding a lot of information. A lot of information is being delivered to you through your semen. Let's talk about it. But first, if you're here for the first time, consider subscribing. I have practical, useful information here for guys who are getting on nofap, semen retention, and sex transmutation. It'll do you good to subscribe. Let's talk about staying horny and how that is the key to your masculine power and achievement. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to know the secret of the universe, think in terms of energy, because energy is information. I say, if you want to know the secret of your life, think in terms of semen retention. Retain your semen. It's information seeking to be delivered to your consciousness. When a man is horny, he is more intelligent. He feels more motivated, of course. He feels more courageous to take action. That's information. Science tells us that energy is information. There are codes and data in your semen. When you're horny, you realize suddenly something that you thought was a problem is no longer a problem, or a solution to a problem comes. Something you've been trying to figure out, all of a sudden, the answer comes into your mind. Something you never thought about, all of a sudden appears to you, and it is a better way, a more effective way to do something that you've been struggling to do. That's the state of a man who remains horny every single day. You get up, you receive an idea about something totally new, and that's going to change your life. It's going to take your life into a totally different direction, because the information that's in your semen, when you hold that semen, comes up into your crown chakra, and it is translated to you in terms of useful insights, useful information. So really, if you want to know more, if you want to retain more of what you read or more of what you learn, if you want to be intellectually keen, like you are a man who knows what he's talking about, you want to have knowledge, you want to know what action to take, what course of action to take, you want to know which path in life to follow, you want to master a certain area of knowledge or business, you keep your semen. If you can train your mind to think information coming in when you're horny, you will be in a position of power. You see, when I feel horny, I know it's information seeking to be delivered to my consciousness. So I know it's time for me to go meditate. It's time for me to go contemplate. It's time for me to withdraw and go and get in touch with the higher spirit. The key here is for you to learn to interpret your horniness as energy seeking your attention, wisdom, insights seeking your attention, because energy is information. The natural course of energy is sublimation. Sublimation means everything in nature is elevated to the highest level of expansion possible through energy. So human beings are the only species who can will themselves to waste their energy. You see, as men, we are among the only species who can actually decide to take our energy and trash it. The trees, the animals, and everything else holds the natural life force behind them. So therefore, they are sublimated. They are elevated and expanded to the highest level possible. That's the universe. The natural law of the universe is for everything to be sublimated. That is, to be elevated and expanded to the highest level of elevation and expansion possible. When you keep your semen as a man, sublimation is the result. You enter the natural cycle of the universe. You become in tune of the universe. So therefore, you are elevated and expanded to the highest level possible. So your capacity to hold that semen, your semen, will determine your level of expansion and elevation. It will determine your level of wisdom, your level of intellectual power, your level of knowing, your level of perception. Every entity in life, the plants, the animals, when the life force, that is the universal uh, power behind every entity, eventually grows and develops and becomes the best version of its kind. So, man is probably the only entity who can sabotage that process. You know that because each time you watch porn and masturbate, or you have sex with a woman and release that energy, you become lifeless. You become stupid. You don't know how to think. You are incoherent. Your actions lack power. You lose willpower. I mean, you become dead, lifeless. That cannot happen to a tree unless we cut that tree. You see, that cannot happen to an animal unless that animal is sick, because the life force behind them, they are they retain, they don't have a choice, they don't have willpower, they can't choose to watch porn, they're just gonna have sex when necessary. See, the animals don't just have sex for fun. I don't know about the chimpanzees, I haven't done that research, but we know most animals don't just have sex for fun. They have sex by instinct, by the evolutionary impulse when need be. Humans have sex for fun. And we only not have sex for fun, we can now open up a computer screen. Now we're having sex with pixels, images, and we're wasting our energy. If you keep that energy, you will enter the natural cycle of sublimation. You will be elevated and expanded to the highest level possible through the information that will come your way. So let your goal be to go back to the natural cycle of life so that you can be elevated and expanded to the highest level possible. Let your goal be to put yourself in a position to receive information all day long so that you stop striving, so that you stop struggling and begin to thrive and begin to feel better, see better, understand better, perceive better, so that you can make better decisions, so that your power of choice is restored, so that when you make a decision, you know for sure, no matter how it's looking right now, it's the best decision that you just made. So that when people ask you for advice, you know your insights will be coming from a deep place. It will be coming from the universe itself. You will not be fearful of making decisions. You will not be fearful of choosing. So many men are afraid of choosing because when you choose one thing, you also say no to other things and you have to live with the consequence. On semen retention, when information is delivered, you are empowered to make decisions. You are empowered to make choices. And should that be a bad choice, you will know that it was the path to the best choice. You will have courage. You will not back down. You will not be faint hearted. You will be strong. You will say, you know what? Nah, 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 nah. It was still the right decision. It was the decision primary to the other decision. That's the power of keeping your semen. That's the power of holding your semen. Think in terms of energy and information. wisdom, knowledge. Stay in your kingdom because you are king. Until next time, namaste.